Yuga Vikatanae.
Asam Yuga Vikatanae.
Asam Yuga Vikatanae.
Asam Yuga Vikatanae.
Rahoju Sakim Harina.
Rahoju Sakim Harina.
Rahoju Sakim Harina.
Rahoju Sakim Harina.
Sambuna Navanokasa.
Sambuna Navanokasa.
Sambuna Vavanokasa.
Sambuna Vavanokasa.
Kimindra Nalpavirina.
Kimindra Nalpavirina.
Kimindre Nalpavirina.
Kimindre Nalpavirina.
Brahmana Vatapashyataha.
Brahmana Vatapashyata.
Brahmana Vatapashyata.
Brahmana Vatapashyata. Shema Shuru Vibhude.
Kim Shema Shure Vibhude.
Asam Yuga Vikatanaha. Asam Yuga Vikatanaha. Rahoju Sakim Harina. Rahoju Sakim Harina. Sambuna Vavanokasha. Sambuna Vavanokasha. Kimindra Nalpa Viranyena. Kimindra Nalpa Viranyena. Brahmana Yatapasyata.
Kim Shema Shurair Vibhutair.
Kim Shema Shure Vibhude.
Asam Yuga Vikatanahi.
Asam Yuga Vikatanahi.
Rahoju Shakim Harina.
Rahoju Sakim Harina.
Shampuna Vavanokasa.
Sambuna Vavanokasha.
Kimindrina Paviryena.
Kimindra Nalpavirena.
Brahmana Vatapasyata.
Brahmana Vatapashyata.
Kim Kshema Sura Vibhude.
Kim Shema Shure Vibhude.
Asam Yuga Vitaktane.
Asam Yuga Vikatanae.
Rahoju Sakim Arina.
Rahoju Sakim Harina.
Sambuna Vavanokasa.
Sambuna Vavanokasha.
Kimindre Narpavirina.
Kimindre Nalpavirina.
Brahmana Vatapasyata.
Brahmana Vatapashyata.
Kim Shema Shurair Vidukhair.
Kim Shema Shure Vibhude.
Asam Yuga Vikatanair.
Asam Yuga Vikatanae.
Rahoju Sakim Harina.
Rahoju Sakim Harina.
Shambhuna Vavanokasha.
Sambuna Vavanokasha.
Kimindra Nalpavirena.
Kimindre Nalpavirina.
Brahmana Vatapasyata.
Brahmana Vatapashyata. Kim, what is there to fear?
What is there to fear?
Kshema,
Shema.
in a place where there is scarcity
In a place where there is scarcity
of the ability to fight.
of the ability to fight.
Surai,
Surai.
by the demigods.
By the demigods.
Vibhudahi,
Vibhudahi.
by such powerful persons.
By such powerful persons.
Asam Yuga Vikatanae,
Asam Yoga Vikatanae.
by boasting and talking uselessly,
By boasting and talking uselessly.
away from the fighting.
Away from the fighting.
Rahajusha,
Rahajushaha.
who is living in a solitary place
Who is living in a solitary place
within the core of the heart.
within the core of the heart.
Kim Harinam,
Kim Harina.
what is the fear from Lord Vishnu?
What is the fear from Lord Vishnu?
Sambuna,
Sambuna.
and what is the fear from Lord Shiva?
Fear from Lord Shiva.
Va,
Va.
either.
Either.
Vana Ukasha,
Manokasha.
who is living in the forest.
Living in the forest.
Kim Indrena,
Kim Indrena.
what is the fear from Indra?
What's the fear from Indra?
Alpavirina.
Alpavirna.
He is not at all powerful,
He's not at all powerful.
having no power to fight with you. Brahmana. And what is the fear from Brahma?
The fear from Brahma.
Va. Either.
Either.
Tapashyata.
Tapasya.
Who is always engaged in meditation. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Asya Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Vijay.
The demigods boast uselessly while away from the battlefield. Only where there is no fighting can they show their prowess. Therefore, from such demigods we have nothing to fear. As for Lord Vishnu, he is in seclusion in the core of the hearts of the yogis. And as for Lord Shiva, he has gone to the forest. And as for Lord Brahma, he is always engaged in austerities and meditation. The other demigods, headed by Indra, are devoid of prowess. Therefore, they have nothing to fear. Purport. Kamsa's ministers told Kamsa that all the exalted demigods had fled in fear of him. One had gone in the forest, one to the core of the heart, and one to engage in tapasya. Thus, you can be free from all fear of the demigods, they said. Just prepare to fight. Omagyanatiminandasya gyananchalashalakarai shatchurumiritam yedatasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Shtapitam Yena Bhutale Swayarupa Kadamadyam Darati Swaparatikam He Krishna Karina Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kantara Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suterevi Pranamami Haripriye Panchakarpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Yaiva Chapatitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are here in the middle of a complete change of mind of King Kapsha, who released just the day before Vasudeva and Devaki from their chains, being humbled by the appearance of Mahamaya, who slipped away from the child, from his hands. Being the child, he wanted to dash on the stones. So it appeared that this child, girl, was the Devi. So he became humbled and completely changed his mentality on seeing her very angry at him. And then what happens is that the night passed and he convoked all his ministers, and this verse is spoken by the minister who have a completely opposite point of view. And because of persuasion and so-called good arguments, it made Kamsa change his mind completely. So one day his mind was humble, the day after, by association, he was completely puffed up and inclined to commit all kind of awful activity, ugra karma. Then we see that here the characteristic of the arguments of these minister, sinister asuras, like today's minister are sinisters. So at this time, same thing. So they advocate that you have nothing to fear from the demigods, from Shiva, from Lord Vishnu, or Indra or other demigod, because he already exhibited his power, and it is true that Kamsa went to the heavenly planet, and all the demigods vanished out of fear of him. They were defeated. They were defeated, but still, Kamsa came back in Mathura, and happy with this turn of event, he became even more inflated in his pride. And here, the minister are polishing his, how do you say in English, caresser le chat dans le sens du poil. They pet the King Kamsa by giving him good arguments to don't care what happened yesterday, forget it. It's no important. You already vanquished all of them. Therefore, you have nothing to fear. Just go on a battle. So the point of view is of the Asura, typically, be it in the time of Kamsa or be it nowadays, is that they are so confident in the number of the bombs or arms or army or soldiers. They rely heavily on that. And the problem is that they are not intelligent enough. Their intelligence is not purified. They don't know what to do and what not to do. And they have this tendency to cheat, of course, and to commit errors, and their perception through the doors of the senses is always imperfect. They are not aware of that, and their perception of what they think the truth is completely perverted. So they advocate that because they gain some victory at one time, they will get it forever. And they rely completely on their strength and like that. So nowadays, Asura are same. They rely on the numbers of planes, tanks, missiles, soldiers. They forge some, comment on dit, des alliés? Allies. They forge some friendship with other government who see things in the same way as them. And they rely on the number of their strength. Like Duryodhan, although he was, strangely enough, but he was a companion of Lord Balaram. So in a way, he's a liberated soul, but he plays the role of a perfect, arrogant, and puffed up demon. When he had to choose in between, it was a world pastime arranged by the Lord, when Krishna was sleeping and Arjuna came at the same time. They show up at the same time in Krishna's room for asking a benediction from him, although Krishna said, I will not participate in the battle. So Arjuna, humble as he is, stay at his feet, whilst Duryodhan materially calculated that he would open his eyes and see him first, then he would ask him first his boons. So he took his seat at the head of Krishna, and they waited both together so that Krishna became awake. So it happened that when Krishna awakened effectively, he saw Duryodhan and asked him what he wanted. And Duryodhan made the material calculation that if I get one Akshayini army from Krishna, then it will be less for the Pandava and more for me. Then he asked for that. And Krishna then saw Arjuna and asked him what he wanted. And Krishna just said, I want to have you as a charioteer from my side, from my chariot. Krishna agreed, although he said he will not take any harm, but he took the rein of Arjuna charioteer. And this position is in itself breaking the heart. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went in tour in South India, he met a Brahmana who was illiterate, could not read, but nevertheless he was derided by his friends and other Brahmins because he would stand at the entrance of the temple and be deeply absorbed and even crying when reading Bhagavad Gita. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, what chapter of the Bhagavad Gita makes you so appreciative of Lord Krishna? He was very pleased with this Brahman. And the Brahmin explained he could not read. He was illiterate, but he was very charmed by a picture and knowing that Krishna was driving the chariot of Arjuna. Just this picture in his mind impressed him and turned his heart so much that it made him crying. That Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God and the Creator of all these universes, takes the position of being a Shudra, because charioteers are considered like Shudric activity. So he was moved by the fact that Krishna took such a humble role with Arjuna. So it's completely out of the mind of Asura to take such a position, so much engrossed and absorbed in the false identification of there being a king or minister or an authority. They think that this position will last forever because they have so many friends, so many allies, so many relatives who are pushing them in the position, and they think it will be like that for eternity. They have no understanding that all things are impermanent, and all people are in a position for a time, and then they change. They are appointed in some service or something to do, and then time makes Krishna is behind time. Then, in the material world, everything is changing. So Chanchala, the goddess of fortune, that gives opulence and like that, and all kinds of facilities for living beings, humans especially. She is called Chanchala, means unstable. She changed. And Asuras are not aware of that. And nowadays, Karmi people are not aware that the wheel of fortune is same thing. It's changing 5,000 years ago, and is changing a few months ago. Everything is being transformed and changed. One day people who are rich and thinking it will last for eternity, after some time realize, oh, it may not be so sure that we'll get our retirement revenue for eternity. Now they are convinced that they will not get their money in the future. They will get the money if youngsters are there and work and give them the money, because that's what is happening now. They are unable to make plans for the long time run future. They don't see it. They just are interested in prayer. Short time prevision. Long time prevision, Shreya, they are not interested. Same with future life. There is no future life, so there is no interest in making some kind of economy or doing some pious activities in the provision of the future life. They have no idea that this life is not its only life. They have no understanding of the eternity of the soul and the impermanence of the material energy. So, like that, the ministers are preaching and convincing Kamsha with such false arguments. Don't fear. And the guardians of the universe, the Trinity, Lord Shiva, Brahma, and Vishnu, they minimize. They say they are out of the game. They don't care. They are hidden. They are meditating. More or less, they're saying that Shiva has gone to the forest. He's in meditation. Say, Lord Brahma, same, in meditation. Lord Vishnu in the core of the heart of the yogis. They meditate on each other. They make it appear that like those personalities don't care about the welfare of the whole universe. They make it appear that they are useless, actually. That's what is going on nowadays. The concept of someone who organizes the whole of the universe is completely extracted from the mind of the people. Everything comes from nothing. This is the philosophy nowadays. The soup, then the time going on, then the molecule, then cells, then complex cells, then living beings, etc. And everybody imbibe of this philosophy. They don't have the idea that when you contemplate the sky at night, everything revolves around an axis. If you see those pictures of the sky, long time picture, you see the polar star in the middle, and everything around is circles, because the stars are rotating in perfect order. So they see there is some a kind of organization, but they deny it. The intelligence doesn't go further. If there is a will, it means there is a cosmic intelligence. If there is a rotating, there must be a common motor that makes them rotate. It means there is some intelligence behind. So their brain is like that. They take it for granted. It is normal. It is natural. It is casuality. It happens like that. They don't go further. They don't try to analyze the implications. So they think that the Lord Vishnu is a useless concept. Lord Shiva said. They don't think that all these personalities are here to arrange the whole of the planetary system revolving around the polar star and an axis made by the Mount Meru going through the polar star. And they don't think that everything is arranged by a superior authority. In a way, they are denying any kind of authority. By saying that Lord Shiva, Brahma, and Vishnu, they are hidden in the forest or in the heart, or they are meditating on their side, it's kind of negation of their being involved in the arrangement of the material world. In a way, they derive their role of creating, maintaining, and destroying this whole cosmic watch. So as a result, they can do whatever they want. No rules, no etiquette, forget it. And then they go in Ugar karma, in ugly activities that are for their own benefit at the expense of the all other entities. It's what it exists nowadays. They are the same scale, same at a different small scale. They want their own power, their own regulation over money, economy, traveling, agriculture, etc., at the expense of the world people. They have no interest in benefiting the world of the other people, and other not only people, human people, but animals as well. So this is the problem of that those people are becoming, they are so polluted from the mind that their activity not only pollutes their activities, their mind pollutes their activities, but as well the air becomes polluted, the water becomes polluted, earth becomes polluted, ether becomes polluted, and as a result all living entities become polluted. And then the whole atmosphere becomes unfit for the Vedic society to flourish. So we are living in a kind of revolution with the arrival of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada, who, like it is present in Srimad Bhagavatam, the first canto, where the Srimad Bhagavatam is meant for starting a whole revolution in the attitude and the arts of the uncivilized men who are who are in this planet. So this revolution is a revolution of heart, and it starts from knowledge, starting with Deinoshmin Yatale Kaumaram Yogaram Jara. We change body, we are not the body, we are inside, and not even owner or proprietors of our body, but only here for a little time. So this knowledge is very important for changing the mentality of people. This is absolute truth in opposition with all the relative truth and so many lies that are being taught again and again and again to the people. So people it happens that it is repeated so many times that they take for granted that these lies are the truth. The devotees are here to explain what is the real truth. So that's a big role given by Krishna for the devotees. And to curb this arrogant and pride instinct of the demons. So demons have this prominent bad quality of being so much arrogant and pride. And Arjuna showed so much humility, the Pandavas, in opposition to when you read Mahabharata, there is not just this episode about Krishna waking up and giving his army and his own person to Krishna, but so many events happen where it was shown that really Duryodhana was not fit to be the king because of having too much bad qualities. Do you remember some pastimes with Duryodhana, where he shows so much arrogance and pride.
There is well, I'm not well, I don't know the Mahabharata or the story perfectly, but he must have a big role in the assembly when they try to undress Draupadi.
When they try to?
They offend Draupadi.
The list is infinite. Their whole life they spend in offending the Pandava. Countless episodes there is where they were vanquished by the Pandava. The first battle, when they went to pick up Drupad to bring him to Dronacharya as a fare for their education, they were vanquished, and the Pandava, they saved them up. Later on, another, exactly the same kind of pastime happened when the Duryodhana and his team, they went to forest for hunting stag, so-called hunting. Actually, they wanted to have an argument with the Pandava and defeat them or destroy them or humiliating them. But it happened that there was a trifle. There was a war story, and they were on the bank of the Ganges. They had a fight with the Gandhavas, and they were defeated. They were taken prisoners. Someone went nearby to say this to the Pandavas, and the Pandavas, they were so open, but they chose to save them, and they fight the Gandhavas, and they defeated the Gandhava, and they saved the Kurus, who were here for cracking nuts with them. They freed them. They were humiliated. They went back. They didn't spoke a war, but they were defeated. Another time, other story like that, where they were defeated.
Yeah, when there was lots of animosity between Pandavas and Kauravas, the cousins, eventually, because there was a lot of killing and Bhima was poisoned by Duryodhana and thrown into the river, only to find that Bhima actually came back with more powers because the snake kingdom actually empowered him with much more power. Eventually, when the seniors, Bhishma and Vidura and all the other seniors decided, okay, we will give them kingdom half and half, and that way they'll be satisfied. So Dhritarashtra thinking, okay, well, we'll give him half the kingdom, which is completely devoid of any life. So they gave the Pandavas the area which was then after refurbishing called Indraprasth.
Kind of desert.
Yeah, Khandava desert, exactly. It was completely deserted, no life there whatsoever. So Krishna said, take it. Take the kingdom. We will make life there. And so, with the potency of Krishna, he invokes the celestial architect to come and actually build a wonderful kingdom there. So nice that all of the residents of Hastinapur decided to migrate to Indraprasth, making Hastinapur devoid of all residents. And so then, when there was a yajna going on, everybody was invited, including the Kurus And there was one point when Duryodhana came across to Indraprastha having a look at this beautiful place, and he was tricked by the setup that was there in Indraprastha. He was thinking he was walking on ground, but it was water, and he fell in. And then and that was a kind of also one of the turning points in Mahabharata, where Draupadi was laughing, and she said, or somebody said, maybe Draupadi, or somebody else, two different commentaries, that look, the son of a blind king is also blind. This was really, it was hurtful to Duryodhana, and so therefore Duryodhana had an inimical thing towards Draupadi, and that's why one of the key reasons why he wanted to humiliate Draupadi also. But as we know, he got defeated in that too.
Yeah.
Like that. Many times they got defeated.
Yeah. It comes back to them one day or another, like a boomerang.
Yes.
Be it humiliation, provocation, or activities themselves are detrimental for the whole of humanity. So that's the point of the principal point of the demons. They provoke wars, they provoke problems just by their mind, actually. They are so arrogant, so proud, so sure of their assets that they do mischievous activities. Their mind is contaminated. They are completely absorbed in the concept of my, mine, I, so much that they have no interest in the benefiting others. Their ego is so big, so wide, so powerful that they completely disregard the egos of all other living entities, all the other prajas, human beings and animals as well.
It looks like we become like that when we become angry. When we become angry, then we think we can do anything.
All brothers are lusty, angry, lost of mind control, lost of sense control. Everything they go all together. Like brother, when one is there, you can expect the others are not so far. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advocates then Trinadapi Sunichana, that we have to curb this pride and be completely humble. There is no way to have a glimpse of the spiritual world without curbing our pride. Because over there, everybody is in the mood of serving, completely dedication. And here, oppositely, is like a jungle where everyone is promoting his false ego, his big ego, and thinking he's the owner and the proprietor and the king of everything. Then there is always clashes, because everybody is thinking the same, from the ant up to Brahma, to some less extent, but the tendency is there. And it makes this prison unlivable for devotees. It's not a place for gentlemen and devotees. That's why advanced devotees, generally, you don't see them. It's not a place for them. When they appear, it's for some order or because they got purified their whole life, and they are available for a small time, and then they go in some other dimension. We have to take advantage of the rare visit of elevated devotee, catch the crane, so that we can also elevate ourselves, because these opportunities are not so easily available. Of course, with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu it becomes easily available, but still we can see that not so many people are interested in buying diamonds because they have no knowledge of what is a diamond. So we might not be discouraged that not so many people are taking to Krishna consciousness, because it is not cheap. Real Krishna consciousness is not cheap. Of course, we can practice in a cheap way, shallow way. Some groups are doing that. It's always good to follow a shadow, but the real product is diamond. Not so many people buy diamonds. But at least if you have some knowledge of diamonds, and if you are satisfied with broken glass or some fake diamonds, it's okay for you for some time. But after you have to realize if you want the real gem, you have to work a little more seriously. But at least some knowledge is there. It's good for everyone anyway. Any other comments?
The advantage of getting older, you realize we don't control much. And it's tough sometimes. Body, old age is good because you can realize it. Pretty soon everything's going to go, and it's going now. Forced to surrender a little more. It's not good. But I don't much want to control.
Well, it seems we don't do so much, but we are setting comment dire, repère. We are setting a standard, a point of view where people can estimate, or good people can estimate, oh, these people are really the top, the cleanest. The concept is really, they can't imagine. Some people, they can estimate that. When some people who are really in big posts with big money, big men, big power, then it can make a change. But that's Krishna that makes appear one Prahlad Maharaj in a family of demons. Anytime Krishna can make a devotee appear in a family of this mondialist, richissime mondialist, who are putting the strings behind the curtains. Krishna can make it appear and reveal it, this person at any time. It's up to it. For us, our duty is we do the little we can do in our space-time. We must be satisfied with it. Be it with result or be it without result. We do our duty. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Shri Prabhupada ki, Guru.
Jai. Praise Giri Govardhan Prabhu ki
Jai.